Rebecca the Fabulous. This is Censored Shaman Drama Killer Murder Stories. Yes, it's that time. And I'm not doing a live video because the violent pictures that I can't put up. Too violent. So they killed my account for a minute. Hey, trying to get the story. I'm not trying. I am getting the story. I don't try to do nothing. I get shit done. So, look, nothing happens by mistake. I don't deal with resistance. If something is resisting, it's just a month, whatever. I have so much to do and I have 3 other sites. Look, I'm going to film this show because I thought we'd be doing that from day one. Right? So now I'm forced to film it and put it on, and that's a good thing. So today, this is not about, it kind of is about self-love and how people will kill you and take your shit. And now that, you'll know my story. If you look back, you have to look at Censored Stories. This is about my murder, my conspiracy for murder, and about all my other murder attempts. Like, I lost my memory 10 years ago in 2011 and had 5 strokes. You see this part of your brain? That's another thing, it won't cut off. You know how it cuts off? You can't even really see the place. But you see this part of your brain? This controls, you see right here? Up where your lower left, right here. This is for your lobe, right here, temporal, right? That is your optic nerve right here, this one right here. And here, I lost the whole piece right here with a white spot like an egg. I had 5 more strokes sitting in the hospital begging my daughter to come. The first day I was there, they would treat me like a fucking bum. I just found the letter because I have to find everything. They had me so hazed out all these years and high, and I had about 40 surgeries in like 9 years. Up until 2020, I had surgeries when I met him. From the day I met him, I had a scheduled plan, a hysterectomy, a big old alien. Pictures are crazy. You'll know who I am, man. It's crazy what they took out of me. And guess what? They cut me open 168 stitches. All the way down. Take that shit out, put in 2 buckets. And this shit had eyes and like bent up ears. I know what it was. A murderous baby that got deformed. They had to put it in 2 buckets. They call it a fibroid. That shit ain't no fibroid. Fibroids don't look like that. Yeah, it has lumps in it, but what the fuck with the eyes and the little hands like that? That shit is out of me, and me and Scooter go. When I meet him, I have to have it. I'm in the process of it's growing in my stomach every day, like this little nut, and then every day that's just getting bigger real quick. So when I met him, even though my haters saw me, my friends at my restaurants and parties and clubs and everything I do, Rebecca the Fabulous, and we went to Jamaica as soon as they took it out. That week, we were booked to go to Jamaica, and when we went there, we went zip lining, scuba diving, deep sea diving. We did like 85. We go out with Scooter. I swear to God, he has an itinerary, and he has like 1 million. It's a shame he's up. He is who he is, because if he wasn't, I would have stayed with him forever. If he was like me, like he pretended to be, and he wasn't, well, even when I met him, he had too many nasty habits and the things he talks about. But if he happened to be that man, I would have stayed with him. I'm a loyal motherfucker. Okay? It's a shame that we went to all those countries and I wasn't well. Would have been really nice to be like this right now and be in Paris and be in Italy and be in Jamaica and Dominican and Puerto Rico and Hawaii and all those islands we went to. Went to St. Kitts. We didn't even leave the room. All you want to do was eat at the buffet. We didn't even go to the pool. It was old people. He told me, he said, Rebecca, you're not going to want to go on a cruise. It's whack. That's one thing about him. He's like the most fun dude. When it comes to going out and dancing, my friends know. My dance friends, I mean, at first it was like, he dances really good. Like, okay, but not with like the vibe I don't have with him. Like the dance. And then he bugs the fuck out. He goes into like this zone look like this, like he starts convulsing and like his eyes roll back in his head. And look, at the spiritual clubs I go to, you can lose it. And I respect everybody losing. I like to see people like that. That means you're in your zone. But his particular zone, and I've seen every zone, acid zones, coke zones, hell, Wooler zones back in the 80s, dope zones, dust zones, but I never seen his zone. And he don't do no drugs. And he doesn't drink. Okay? He doesn't do nothing. He complains he's not a crackhead anymore. That shit is wild that I don't like this music. Let me get my beautiful phone stand so I can talk. This is gonna be a long video, so I'm gonna try to keep it down to an hour. I didn't sleep because I did my drink drop. Me and Molly had a full day. Every time we go, we have a really full day. People stop me all day long, even when I'm on a bike that I like. Or, can I please stop? Please, I just want to get a picture of you. Like, who are you in the dark? What? And I love it. And then I get to give them a crystal and get in their head and give them some information about life and love and, Everything they need to know, and tell them to plug into. They can't believe. I mean, I haven't had support from anybody because they're running for me because they were part of it. So when I meet people all day long, I'm able to promote my business, myself, and also take care of, meet somebody nice. But that's how I've been unwinding from this, which is just like when I was a kid. I ran away from home because I would get my ass kicked and all the motherfuckers was crazy. And it was wild how then I got to see how normal people really live. I had no idea how people live. I just thought everybody was just very scary and like nobody made a big deal the way my family acted. They were just very fearful of them and have mad, y'all know already, niggas that are cute, fine, gorgeous, 4 big brothers and a beautiful dad. We got piano, we got money, they got 6 motorcycles parked outside, Ducatis, Yamaha. I mean, it's unfortunate how people think that when they see material things, they don't pay attention to emotions and pain and real trauma. And that's what keeps the vortex going. It keeps it going. Anytime you don't stop a child or a human being from doing something wrong, I mean, we're talking about child abuse. We're talking about, somebody beat you with an iron. My mother used to beat me. Murder Mag used to beat me while I had eczema. You know what eczema is? I had it all over my skin and I didn't have any skin, so I used to have to wear bandages. But she would make us get online. And Arthur was first. I don't know where the fuck, Michael and Tom like in jail. I don't know where the fuck everybody. I had 7 siblings, and then by the time I was 2, my sisters were gone, and now I'm with my brothers, and then by the time I'm 7, 2 of them are gone in jail, or I don't know where the fuck they were at. I don't even know, to be honest. It had to be jail, right? But they would always come back home or live with a girl. So they didn't really live with girls that much. But they were like sharing a girl. Swear to God, Beverly. Michael used to live with her, and then he would go to jail, and then John would live with her. But at first, it was Michael's girlfriend. She's a crackhead with AIDS. How about that? Here you go with the AIDS again. And in love. Hell, she even sucked my dad's dick. I think my brother David fucked her too. Yo, it's wild. People will sell their soul because somebody has items that you like. It's not yours. They're not giving it to you, darling. Let me tell you, it's funny. Everybody says, I'm going to tell everybody you was a stripper and used to sell pussy. No, darling, I'm going to tell them, okay? Because I enjoyed it. I had a deal. When I got into dancing, everybody know what to dance for. And you bitch with me and say, I don't do that. Yes, you do. Shut up. It's not a big deal. You're not ashamed of what before you became a dancer, you was giving away pussy and niggas was fucking you and walking out the door, running up in you and saying, yeah, I like you, buy you a drink. Give you $5 and then walk out the door. You don't use no condom. You don't have no rules because you think you in love. You're going to be in love if you fuck him. Okay? That's when you a hoe. Okay? I'll be a lady of the night all day long, darling. Like Gwen Guthrie said, ain't nothing going on but the planet. Fuck the rent, nigga. I need the planet. I need the teeth. Ain't nothing going on but the teeth. And this and that. Fuck you. You better have your shit together. I work very hard to keep my life where it's at. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then you can learn what men do behind closed doors, darling. Because that's going into Cindy Brady when that was me from 1994, the year, or Dave argues with me about this all the time, 93, 94. He claims I met him in 93 because he's another stalker, obsessive, crazy motherfucker. I don't know why guys act like that with me. I'm like the coolest chick in the world. I don't lie about nothing. I'm very straightforward. I'm down with like almost everything. As long as it ain't like kids and shit. And but not in anal and kids. I'm not into that. But man, I'll suck your dick at the beach or in the car. Couldn't do that with Chuck. Man, I don't like it. We're gonna get caught. No nigga, you didn't even like it at home. I never met nobody like him before. Coming from who I am and what I like to all of a sudden wake up out of a coma. I mean, the strokes. See, the thing is this, I don't go down. That's why what he did is such a big fucking deal. I have had 57 surgeries because of, not car accidents. Every time I had a car accident, I went home. Except for one bike accident, I broke my back. I broke my back in 2009 when my daughter stole my business. She said, you in a wheelchair, you can't walk, and just took Kamora J. Fox, which is who she is right now. Didn't visit me, and I was in a wheelchair in here starving for days sometimes, holding onto the walls to try to get around for 4 months. Hey, look, I've been through so much that, when shit happens, I'm not one to cry. I want to make it, check it, and I told her, don't ever talk to me again. When I had that accident, I was so furious that her behavior was so fucked up, and that she could steal from me. Like, she was a klepto when she was a kid, But when she stole that $20 from me, I made it very clear to her, you better not, I'll kill you if you ever steal from me again, bitch. And I just loved her so much that she just got away with a lot of disrespect and lying and talking about me, that all these lies. She told the same lies Chuck told, because I told Chuck what she said, and he started going around telling everybody what she said, that I'm a junkie and a prostitute. That fucked up. I'm your wife and I'm a prostitute and you're a pimp? He started hallucinating with those drugs and telling the doctors I'm very violent and I scream and I yell, and everything that he was doing, he was coming behind my back and telling all my doctors lies. So they were juicing the drugs up. I don't know what he's saying, but he's my guardian and he's my, what is that, my proxy, my healthcare. I know how to take care of myself. The fact remains is that he's on the medication and they were just making us both fucked up. Only thing is he's killing me, and now I'm not on just psych drugs, I'm on 7 of them, and he's feeding me every night. Take your medicine, Rebecca. Take your pills. And I'm already high in the bed on lethal amounts of oxys and Percocets, not even Percocets, morphine, oxycodone, diazepam, Ambien to go to sleep. I know how to go to sleep. See what I'm drinking my tea. Okay, I take melatonin my whole life to go to sleep. Or I just don't go to sleep and clean up or draw art or, exercise until I'm tired. Okay, I don't have to take drugs to go to sleep. Don't think give you dementia. They make you lose your vision. That's right, blurred vision was giving it to me. And what does he do? He says, I'm going to get you glasses. You know what he does? Buys me stuff in front of people. So we get to the eyeglass, to Cohen's. And he tells the lady, I'm going to get her for her birthday 4 pair of glasses. So I negotiate everything. Y'all know that around. I'm a businesswoman. The glasses I have are $900 with not the frame, just the the tint, the prescription, and the magnification, and they transition outside. He pays $900. I negotiated $300. That's right, $300. And I tell them, look, 4 pair, that's not gonna happen like that, man. If I'm getting 4 pair plus he's getting 8, or we're getting a lot of glasses, we're gonna take that down to 3. And when I tell him, just give me back $100, right? You know what he does? Doesn't give me the 100. He goes there, gives them the 100 to give to me, and we live together. And we see each other every 5 minutes unless I'm in the hospital alone. Even they were saying something about it. Excuse me, guys. It's still fun to put my camera down and you get to see everything. It's always beautiful, right? I say hi to Jesus. Doesn't cut off. Oh wait, it doesn't cut off. Now you get to see how beautiful this place is. I could never take you all around the class if I do live because it's just too much. This place is amazing. I love it. I got my art back. This is my mask of luxury. It's a bit Lux mask. She's not pimped out yet, but at least I gave her glass eyes. And this is Pride, honey, the 7 deadly sins. 7 deadly sins. You don't want to mess with that. There's salt lamps everywhere. Love. My beautiful altar right here. Isn't it amazing? Isn't this amazing? My skincare that cleans my blood, body pudding, number 54. You see all these ingredients in here? Look. That shit saved my fucking life. Hell, I use everything that's good for everything. And my mandrill and my atomic, that's what saved my life. I've been using a big bucket in there. It's a $50,000 bucket. I'm not kidding. It's 5 gallons. Is that a 5-gallon bucket? Maybe like a 3. I don't know. It's a lot. Because these jars are $100. That's right. All right? They clean your blood and keep you alive. Keep any fungus infection. Make your skin amazing. No eczema, no psoriasis. Nothing. You know what nothing is, right? I had cancer in my neck. I have the records. It says you got black nodules all over your neck. I mean, when you drink that shit, you are so sick. Look, everybody act like it's no big deal. Fuck that I was in a coma. You know how much pain I was in? I was in so much pain for like 7 years. 7 years. And if we had to get on a plane, he would like lay off. Remember, okay, this is how he gives me to drink it. I drink all day. I drink coconut water and herbs all day. I'm a fucking shaman. I've always been like that. I just love herbs. I make sure that my body is functioning in a way that there's something always healing. The same when you motherfuckers that don't take care of yourself, make sure it's always getting fucked up. Okay? But every action I take has to have a good reaction. Plus, I really enjoy this lifestyle. I've always lived it. But I've never lived the lifestyle that they saw. You know, when I came home from the coma, his sister came to pick me up, my daughter. Came to see me, threw me my thrills. I had to go back to work. I said, Jazzy, but I can't see. Like, I'm looking at your face, and this side is all melted. I'm really scared. I'll be back. Never came back. So I'm like, the first time in my whole entire life, I was actually scared. I've never been scared before. I swear to God, never in my life. Maybe when I was 16, when I had found out I was pregnant. No, when the guy raped me, I was scared and nobody was around. The first time I got raped, that was scary. I wasn't scared when that girl pulled a gun out on me because I swear to God, I was so fucked up in the head that it wasn't a big deal. And I was scared that day. I was frightened. I said, what am I going to do? Like I said, God has always put an angel in my path, even if it wasn't a good angel, it was a bad. Remember, Satan's an angel. And Susan is the girl I work with. And I meet her on Charles Street in the Village with my skincare, and she's selling jewelry. 10 years prior. She's talking about her brother once or twice. I ain't know much about him. I just know he had a, like she said, record plays. He always mess with gangsters. Why don't you meet a guy that's really nice for a change? And at that time, I lost a lot of weight. On 09, I broke my leg. I tore all my ligaments, so I was in a cast, so I gained a lot of weight. But I got that shit off in like 4. I'm really good at that, getting my shit together. And I remember I started dating and I got a good job. I went and got I had my business, but it wasn't doing well. You know me, go back to the corporate world. And I got a job as an account executive on Nassau Street with this cool boss, Stuart, man. Oh, man, I love this dude. And I lost the weight. And I started going I would go to the gym while I was at work. That's one thing. All my corporate jobs, they let me do whatever the fuck I want. I used to go to the gym for 4 hours. For 4 hours and shit. I take care of business, right? I just got you 10 accounts that were dead, darling. And I entertain all the people that come into town. So I'm good at what I do. That's why I like working with men. So when I was working there, and I had about 15 accidents in the 2 years I was working there. I mean, bike accidents. And I remember going to work the next day. My bike was all tore up. I got into I was on some acid after coming from the club. And I always have a rule. Always take 3rd Street across, 4th Street this way. Don't go on no main streets when you're driving, especially at night, especially if you're drinking. And the cab took the light. The first one, no, I was going straight and he turned. He made it. But I'm doing like 60. And the next one did it and hit me in my bike. I flew up in the air. I'm not kidding you, man. I saw the light turn from green to yellow. I was up there for like 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my body crashed down on the side of the light pole. And my bike spun around and hit the fuck. You know what's funny? You want to hear this? My life is a miracle. Listen, guess where my bike landed at? Sidewalks. The restaurant sidewalk. That's what the name of the restaurant on 6th Street Avenue A. So funny. It landed on side and it was fucked up. They called the ambulance. I always do this. Tell the black people, go get my liquor out the bike. Tell the white people, get my money. Go get my bag, yo. Bring it here. Because I can't get up. And they took me to St. No. That's how my legs ripped. That happened like the year before that. I was on my way to Cielo's. And the cab hit me and tore. I was only going 10 miles an hour. And when you ride a bike, you gotta let it go sometimes. I let it go. You wanna go with the bike and get hit by a car or something? You don't do that. I let the bike go and flew over the cab and all my ligaments tore. All of them. Every ligament in my leg was torn. And you know what brought them back to life? My thrill spot. It took a month. I was in a wheelchair for 4 months. 4 months. Jazzy never came around. My beautiful daughter never came around. Never called me. And the people that came around, you know what Dirty Margaret did? Murder Maggie? I had a friend I called. I said, please come on. I have to eat. I can't walk. She said, I'm going to come. But while I'm here, I'm going to go see your mother first. What the fuck you going to see her for? I'm your friend. Yeah, my mother gets involved with all that. That's what narcs do. They get involved with your friends so they can tear everything up and talk shit about them. They're supposed to be Jehovah's Witnesses together, right? My friend, though, right? I knew her for 20 years, Trisha. You know what she did? My mother took her out to eat to a fancy restaurant, and she didn't come back till 6 hours later. And I hadn't eaten for 4 days. 4 days. All those friends I have. And this happened in 09. 09. And it is now 20 fucking, that's what, 13, 14 years ago? So what Jazzy did to me, she's been trying to kill me her whole life. And I'm not kidding you. Like, just by driving me crazy. How the fuck can I take care of you when I'm trying to, I'm not trying, I'm building my business, I'm working a job. I used to when I raised her, I had to go to fucking school with a baby. I had her at 16. A rape baby at 16, and I didn't know which rapist it was. If she's light, it's the nice rapist. If she's dark, it's the brutal rapist that ripped my clothes off when I was in a fucking foster home. And my murder Maggie exploited that and said that I fucked my dad. And I had to come back to the neighborhood. They already know she a crazy bitch. Okay, me and my dad were like this. Wouldn't that mean he raped me at 15? She said it about my sister Lori too. So then you can't touch him, you know? You're having sex with him. But Scooter used to yell stuff at me like that. That I'm having sex in the elevator, I'm having sex with the nurse, I'm having sex with the doctors. He terrorized all my neighbors. Oh, where's my wife? Like that. I have not been away from him for 9 years. In 8 months. When I got Molly, he kills her. First dog is dead. Okay? And 3 days. And so now, I had birds. He had a fight with the bird and told everybody Rebecca's bird. She tried to fuck me. And I'm not lying. She really did. I had that bird for 10 years. It was Jazzy's bird. She's gonna come throw the bird away? No, I'll take the bird. You can't just throw a bird away. You crazy? But Narcs don't have no feelings. They don't love their animals, okay? They don't love nothing. So I took the bird, and let me tell you, this bird used to party with everybody. Birdie used to dance. Birdie used to, like, flap her wing. Birdie was like, I have always the best. They take on my personality. It was amazing. So he got rid of my bird, so now I don't have no music, no birds, no business, and I'm just laying in a bloody bed all the time, bleeding all the time, coughing up blood. I had cups in my bed spitting, and he would say to me, that's disgusting. You're making me sick. Ugh. And I would spit up so much phlegm because when you drink any kind of bleach or ammonia, the first thing that goes are your lungs, and you get a fever. And I never had a fever in my life, even when I had sepsis. They couldn't believe I had it. They was like, no. When I went in that hospital, I remember coming in and out like, I was just here with these stomach. I don't have no stomach problems. They were like, you should see my hospital records, man. That shit is a bloodbath. As soon as he got the policy, I was fine for 11. I was healing from the stroke. You know, I couldn't really see on the sun. I couldn't see paper, so he was handling all my businesses. Well, the one business I had, Thrill Spa, which is a very big business. He's taking all my stuff to my clients. I'm working in my office with a little small computer doing my website. You know, but then I'm still having surgery. And the big one I had when I met him, we went to Jamaica, so I was fine. They've been in my stomach like 4 times in my life. But with him, like 30. Okay? So there was no reason for me to be that sick, man. And then when I'm dead, you know what he does? Because he's a serial killer, they have to brag. He tells me that he's getting poison at his job when I come home. I have the email I found. He said that somebody's putting poison in his water bottle and writes his boss an email to write him up and say, and then he tells me a guy wants to suck his dick at work. A guy? Not a girl? What the fuck are you talking about? No nigga be talking like that. And he said this the first 2 years I'm with him. He complains, he makes up stuff like, but my daughter does that. She tells me, look, I have everybody's pictures that I've ever known, and I know, I don't fuck with nobody, right? I don't fuck with them. I know their business because that bitch Jazzy talks about everybody. She sends me pictures of them, but then she mimics me her whole life. She mimics me. She told me I could do everything better than you when she went to fucking Job Corps. All she ever do was get kidnapped, fuck a bunch of niggas, 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, Split Star, the nigga from World Star, yeah, that nigga died. The big fat nigga used to buy her gazelles. You see what I'm wearing, gazelles. You gonna fuck that fat nigga for some glasses? That's crazy, yo. You acting like a hoe, all right? You could never get, well, I went to school. I know how to take care of dudes because I had 4 big brothers and I got common sense. If you want to be like your mother, then do what I do. Do what I did. Have a fucking baby. You can't even pump out a fucking baby. She said, when I have my grandkids, you ain't going to be able to see them. Yes, I will. Because you had a miscarriage in my fucking toilet, remember? She came here all sick. Oh, the doctor said I have to have the miscarriage here. Had me tell my fucking boss I'm going to have a baby. To a bouncer with nigga with 7 kids that has 7 kids and if something you can't even get child support because he has tattoos and muscles? You're crazy. You know what she told me? That when she has this baby, this is in '09, this is after the motorcycle accident. Look, I don't like confrontation. I told her about herself. I told her to get mental health a million times. And when I say, you know what she says? I'm going to have a baby and not do what you did to me, to my child. That's why you haven't been blessed with a kid, bitch, at almost 40. You can't have when your insides are rotten. You can't even have a fucking abortion because they told her insides are so fucked up, you got to go home and let that shit fall out. So you know what she did? Came to her mama's house and had me feed her tea and nurse her. You know, that's what I do, nurture everyone. That's why this is a really fucked up story, because as a shaman, as a medicine woman, as a natural healer, I've healed everyone since I was born. They come here. I have pictures of my brothers. They only here to get rash cream and to talk to me and stuff about, you know, everything they're doing. I'm a priest. I look out for everybody. But so then they make me die and demand I die. My daughter said, you better hurry up and die so I can take your dog and get my white BMW. Her mental disease is way out of line. It's not even out of line. She needs to get locked up. She needs to go to jail. She really needs to just go to a mental institution. That's what she needs. She been needed to go. I mean, the things that she's done as a child, and then morphing, you know, the kidnapping, the fucking lies on me. Then when I get her back from the kidnapper, the lies, y'all have to go to the other stories, Censored Shaman Stories. Let me make this announcement. This is the first time I'm putting, like, there's a bunch of other stories about how all this happens, bits and pieces. But today, I have, like, a lot of anxiety because next week we go to court and I'm going to see my murderer. And he knows he's going to get arrested. He knows. He can't walk out of there. He got all the charges for child porn. These ain't regular kids, man. This is black market. You know what I said? My daughter was kidnapped at 15 going on 16. And I bugged the fuck out, lost my mind. I did everything I could do to get her back and still had to go to work. Okay, so I'm used to working hard. Raising her, I had to go to school and work. I wasn't on welfare. I was on school and work. You know what she wrote me when he robbed me? And she robbed me? Welfare queen, bitch. She wrote that shit down. You ain't nothing but a welfare queen. I'm not on welfare. I have too many assets. That's what you think? I'm on welfare? And you gonna say that shit, writing it down? Or you gonna try to make me kill myself? Bitch, I'll kill you before I kill me. And I wouldn't kill you regular. I'd have your ass in a basement tortured with that nigga, okay? These motherfuckers are crazy what they did to me. It's like, I can't make none of this shit up. But you know what? I'm going back and looking at the stories that I did post. And I was telling a story about her kidnapping, right? And how she came back and, well, you gotta look at it. But she wound up being with this dude, Eddie. White guy that made her get 2 crack records. She has 2 felonies. I cleaned it up. But it ain't clean no more. She has 3 felonies, actually. 1 for threatening the bitch on the phone. And she never had a fight in her life. Not even a push. Nothing. She has nothing. She called me to fight since she was born. She wouldn't even fight at school. Mommy! The girls say my lips are too big. They are. And tell her they're beautiful. With those lips, we're going to be fighting forever. I tell her, you'll see Jazzy. When you get older, they're going to have big lips. All right? She has complex, but like him. He said, everybody said his head is too big. It is. Stop wearing those crazy looking hats. Y'all gonna see my makeovers I did on him because he looks like, now, you know, towards the end I'm working on this place. My leg's broken, my son is dying and then dies and all of that. I just let him go. He didn't want me touching him no more because I'm his stylist. You can't go out with me looking like that. When I met him, I made him get new teeth. I got new teeth, he got new teeth. Thank you, Scooter, for the teeth, and thank you for the new set that's coming in. I deserve them. But this stuff is just unbelievable. Oh, the thing I was saying about Eddie, right? The guy she had, and she was in jail. He got her busted with 2 records. I let her live here after job call, you know, to get her job, get her driver's license, make sure she got a bank account, and a car, and an apartment, and some money saved. And she stayed here till she was 27. She didn't want to leave. She don't pay no bills. She had me doing her laundry till she was 27. Like I told you, this abuse was going on long before Chuck came along. It was Jazzy doing it. And everybody know. You know what they say? You spoil her. You spoil her. When I wake up out the coma with no memory, you know what she told me? I didn't raise her at all. That the Tanya with the titty pictures and the felonies, the one that cooks the book, and Murder Maggie and Dirtball Jackie that I had to pay her. She wanted to go to Jamaica with her god sister. Supposed to be her god sister 7 times, and I had to fucking do all kinds of crazy shit as a stripper to get that money. Pimping me out, okay? Money wasn't even here. My money's already planned out. I don't get nothing. I wasn't looking good at all. I was drinking. I was sniffing coke. I was like out of my mind because my family had just all died. 5 members of my family in 5 years. And I watched my mother kill my dad. I was right there, and Sheppy, my boyfriend, was there too. When she told the paramedic, get off of him, I don't want a vegetable as a husband. And he threw up. If he threw up, he was still alive. And when I got there, she wouldn't call the ambulance yet. And we just cleaned out my brother's apartment with the money. Millions of dollars, okay? I saw it. We bought it over. When he died, the next day she told me we had to clean his house out, and he lived with his wife and daughter. Yeah, she rented a big U-Haul and told me I gotta drive. I didn't feel comfortable, man. I don't do that kind of shit. These niggas is crazy, yo. They're crazy. My sister-in-law is sitting there when I go. The next day my brother's dead, I go to my mother's house. That bitch, not my mother, Murder Maggie. And Cynthia is sitting there with two big black eyes and dry blood all over her shirt with missing teeth because Murder Maggie called the shots, remember? She's the one that told us to clean it out. So my two sisters go there, June and Rosie, and whip her ass and ask her what's the combination to a safe that's built into the floor. It's not a safe you can just pick up. It's one of them Scarface safes, okay? And they got their app before us, because I rented the truck that day. And it was sitting outside, and when I saw her, it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. He died at 8 o'clock at night. And I said, what happened to her? Why didn't I get her an ambulance? Her eyes were closed, and it was like crusted up, like she had been beaten up a long time ago, like 7 in the morning. Can you imagine losing your man of 10 years? She used to go visit my brother. Her daughter was in my daughter's class, and they were like cousins, you know? So it's not like I just lost 5 family members. The devastation that happened was the worst part. And Margaret was the one that called the shots, the Jehovah's Witness. She called the shots. And 16 days later, on April 10th, my brother died on April 10th. And guess what? I just moved back here, man. I came back March 3rd from the group home. They threw me out the group home, actually, because I was too old. I was working there. I had all my furniture picked out. I had my own room. I had the whole floor. I tell you, I know how to make shit happen. I was in a house in Staten Island and shit. I got there the day they opened. And it was just me and Robin, the one I got robbed with, when the guy sliced my face and there was nothing there. When I had my casters taken off, it was crazy ass life, man. This shit is crazy, yo. I never had a chance to think about it because it was like the next bomb was always jumping off. Always. It's like the bombs never stop. Until now. And now next week is going to be the closure I get from the last 10 years. That's going to be a big deal because I'm praying, please pray for me, y'all. I know where his money's at. You can't do shit about it. I got contract, nigga, signed, and I was hurt when I did it. Just signed the contract, Scooter, and he did it. He had to do it. I'm not going to take care of you all these years. We can't fuck. We can't do this. You destroy all my property. You've been holding me a hostage in here. I ain't scared of my kidnapper. Sign the shit, nigga. Sign it. And he signed it. Thank you, stupid old Scooter. He's not an aggressive person. Like, he's nobody to be scared of. He acts like, you know what he told me when he walked out the door? I said, yo, Scooter, you letting your hair grow really crazy looking. Because I told him you got a big head, like a French stone head. Like, I'm a stylist, though. I'm very honest with people. I style people, make you look better, but you can't walk around with ugly hats like you look crazy. Like the killer. And it's wild how I made him look so amazing, and he didn't feel comfortable looking like that after a while. So I left him alone and worked on myself, because by now I had my shit list, and he done did so much shit that I'm just like, let me get my son's couch out of here, because he never really slept in it. You know what I did while I was dying and sick? I let my son sleep with his dad, and I slept on a couch with an IV in my hand, right out the coma. Look, his father wouldn't show him no love. The mother would show him no love. When the mother saw what I looked like with a fat ass, beautiful teeth, and that I guess I wouldn't have been upset because I don't get down like that, and especially when it comes to kids. Like I said, when you have a child, it's yours. Fuck the dude. It's yours, and you have to look out for his best interest. Especially if you had to call the police to get him out. Do you know how they broke up? This is the story he tells me. They actually took the son away because he punched her in the stomach. Well, she said he did it. And I know he did it because when I got a cast on, he hit me. Punched me right in the head, okay? And snatched these glasses off and broke them and threw them across the floor, okay? And had to get a new pair, all right? And I was like, hey, that's how he was bugging. I know man never hit me in my life. He gonna do it when I got a cast on because that's what kind of pussy he is. I started fighting that nigga. Let's roll. And he started laughing. When I hit him, he started laughing. Ha, 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 ha. He's like made like a bull because I'm telling you, he's a warlock. You can look in the Bible. My daughter has it. Margaret has it. My ex-daughter, Dirty Neck Jazzy, has it. big hands, real big. You see how little my hands are, right? His hands are 2 times the size of mine. Okay, and I only seen him beat up a bird and a lady in the elevator. That's it. We just had a fight in Italy, yo. Who the hell goes to Italy and fights with chairs and tables? Who? That's when it started happening. Like towards the end, the last 3 years was the fights were getting more rapid and more attacks on my life. Not him, me. Doctors are cursing me out. When I wake up out the corner, they put me like in another room, and he comes and does something to me. Do you know what they had to do? Choke me to wake me up like this. That's why I woke up with the white lady all my choking me. She thought I was dead. And I'm telling her, I'm not dead. You have to choke me. I had to write her ass. That's all I've been doing, writing letters and writing emails. Come here, Molly, baby. We're the baby. We're gonna do some filming. I can't ignore my baby when I'm doing this. I'm just so excited to be alive and to be free of all this pain I've been in my whole life. Can you imagine 50? I just turned 55 last week. Like, can you imagine 53 years of pain? Wars only last like what? What's the longest war? 10 years? I've been at war for 10 years with hateful people. And I'm not kidding you. And 99.999 of them are all black and mostly women. Mostly women. I'll say about 90% women. That's something. And all I do is show love and give encouragement and help and heal and live a really peaceful life my whole life. I'm the peacekeeper. I'm the one that makes everything better. I've been so generous with my time and my money and my savings. I was spending my savings. You know, I'm not a greedy person. Like, if I have it, then this is how I was my whole life. If I have it, you have it. Because I felt so much compassion for everyone because of what I know what pain is. Pretty funny how they never lost a sibling. They never had a surgery. And I've had all that stuff happen to me. And they never did anything nice to me. Ever. No one. And when I met him, all my friends started abusing me, like hitting me like this, molesting me, cursing me out. My daughter especially, yo, from day one. I didn't know her. Can you imagine not having a memory? You don't know how cool you are with people. You don't know who anybody is. And they come around and call you because they're in your phone. And you don't remember anything. Nothing. I lost my whole look this month. They told me when I left that hospital I would never remember nothing again or ever see again. 7 doctors came, neurologists came in the room. You know, when you're in a hospital alone, they treat you like shit. Period. They treat you like you're a fucking bum. No, they treat you worse. Because if you look like me and you go to the hospital alone and you can't speak about your life, then they're gonna treat you like worse because they're jealous. Now they see you with, diamonds and shit fly. But I still look good. I tell you, when I had my stroke, I went on a date first. I take care of myself so well, and my skincare heals me. Come here, baby. Come here, Damali. Heals me so well that I don't ever go down. That's why it was wild that he was able to lock me down for 16 days in a coma. And ironically, he was in a coma. But let me stay focused. Do you realize that the guy, Eddie, that my daughter got 2 crack records with and dated this jailbird white guy crackhead. That guy in trouble, you think she let him go, right? Nope. Do you know what she did? No, what I was saying was Eddie is the guy that Chuck killed. I read that on the Shaman Stories in his book. I read the book where he shoots his friend because he wants to. First of all, he had a hit. They told him you better kill somebody. So that's a hit. You know, there was a hit on my life. In his book, they're telling him you better kill somebody. He says in the book, I didn't say I wouldn't. I didn't say I wouldn't. And the next minute he does is shoot his friend right in the face and pretty much brags about it. And then took me to the playground where he did it. So there was a lot of blood. And he's like describing it. And like he's like, his eyes are glistening like he's talking about the lottery. Like he just won the fucking lottery. It was the most strangest things. I grew up with killers. You know what my brother did before he died? Before he got actually killed? John, my beautiful brother right here. That's John. That's my angel John, my big brother. And unfortunately, he was a hit man. He's a beautiful guy, man. He was gorgeous, like Brian McKnight, but real fine. Finer than that. Tall, really well dressed. My mother shopped at Barney's for them. And my father was a real snazzy dress. They both really fashion and stylish. Trust me, I was born into this shit. I just went and started working for designers. Yeah, I'm going to work for Liz Claiborne. Then I had a fire. I was so happy to get a job after I graduated from school. And I get in, I'm with Liz Claiborne, yay! And Donna Cameron's working there too for Liz Claiborne. This is back in the 80s. And guess what happens? I went on 48 interviews to get that job, and the next year I had a fire. My sister gives me a fan that burns my whole house down. The one that I had saved up for and burned the whole down, and nobody helped me then. My neighbors had to help me with my washer and dryer and my stereo. That's all I could save. Hey, I was laughing when that shit happened. Like I said, when you have tragedy after tragedy after tragedy, you can't even breathe. You're like, okay, I'm gonna get up now and make things better. Yes, and then there you go, another one. My siblings died one after each other every year in 5 years with my dad. My dad and my brother, 2 weeks apart. 2 weeks apart. And I just moved back home. I was so happy. I was with him every fucking day. Me and him. We went to Delancey Street. We went shopping. We went and got ice cream. We went to the movies. We used to do shit like that. Just me and my dad. He treated me really special. We had daddy-daughter time, and we had fun. And you know what's funny? I didn't know he smoked weed. So we were at Artie's house cleaning it out. We found a bunch of weed. And guess what? Before he died, every single day we smoked it all. I said, Dad, I didn't know you smoke. He said, yeah, I don't do no coke because I don't want to shit on myself. He said, I love weed. I said, man, I didn't know that all this time. And those last 2 weeks, I remember seeing him age from a beautiful boy. Look at my father. He's gorgeous. We look just alike. Look. American Indian. Look at him. He's beautiful. With the personality and the fashion to match. Can you see? Put him in the spotlight. Isn't he gorgeous? You see him? We look just alike, and we are just alike. He was an empath. He was so beautiful. My mother, Murder Maggie, wouldn't even let him visit me when I was in the hospital. 9 years old. Nobody can see you. You have eczema. Everybody's going to get it. They already have it. My dad had it when he was a kid. I got it from him, not her. She didn't have eczema. So she used to burn me, throw me in a hot tub and throw oatmeal on it, and beat me with an ironing board. She was a miserable, evil. And then she would buy us books on child abuse. How about that? Go to Barnes & Noble and get a whole bunch of books on gonorrhea and child abuse. And you go with the religious crazy people. They sure love talking about sex acts and prostitutes and gay people and everybody. And they do the dirtiest shit. At least a gay person is telling you they're gay and they have pride in it. Gay pride, all right? You don't have pride in being a murderer because you make believe you're somebody else. That's the worst shit you can do. That's why she's a lonely old lady sitting there dried up and they can't get none of my products. That's the funniest shit in the world. See how good I look, right? Right? Not one wrinkle or anything on me, and I'm healing from death. I still have the poison in my gums. Look. Look. No teeth got cut off. I got only this row right here. All this is gone. Look. That's terrorism. That's domestic terrorism. Look at my legs. Look at this. Go to the CDC. You'll see it. They're going away. It was so much worse. Can you see the little black spots? Look. See the little black spots? What's going away? Really good. Shit, I make some good stuff, man. The bed is infected and I can't afford to get rid of it. And there's blood all on this side of the bed and piss and shit. Mostly blood, though. Right on this side, all the way up. It's actually on. It's so bloody, I'm going to lose my account if I show it to you guys. So I did on one of the ones where I'm making up the bed, and you can actually see it. But it's really like a death scene. You can tell somebody got murdered. It's horrible. And then he had a camera right there. Look, right there, directly on me. And he has the camera on my bike, 4 of them. On my car, he has 7 cameras. You can see 4 of them. In the front, on the side. What the fuck? Remember, I don't have a memory, but this is not normal. Even if it is normal, I don't like it. Because I don't have to be down with the normal. I don't get down with the normal. I do what's right. And none of this is right. It was worse than that Goldie Hawn movie. I'm telling you, man. They were telling me all kinds of shit. But that shit was like, every time I see something, I tell you, I go, oh my God, that's so familiar. And he reminded me of my murder Maggie. They even look alike. They got the big club feet. He wears a triple E like her. A triple E like Jazzy. A triple E. I'm not saying everybody with a big foot is a devil, but go look in the Bible and look under Warlock, and you'll see they say they have big giant hands like Margaret and Jazzy. Oh, all of them. Big fat hands and big giant wide triple A feet. Isn't it funny? A warlock. That's when you break a covenant of God's covenant, and murdering somebody is breaking God's law. Must I take out the 10 Commandments, right, Molly? Must I? Yeah, I sent that to them. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Okay? Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not disrespect your parent. Thou shalt not. And Jazzy was calling me at the end. Look, they don't know. Jazzy didn't know because, like I said, she's never around me at all. She's here 5 minutes. Look, I can tell you in 10 years, she's been here probably 3 times. In the 10 years, I'm recovered from this. She came to my son's party, her little brother, twice, and maybe 5 times in 10 years. And I've had 30 surgeries in 10 years. The year I was dead, I had a surgery every year with him. I haven't had a surgery since I got Molly. Only one. No, my hand. I had 90 stitches. I saw the picture of the stitches, right? Look, nothing. Nothing. 0. When I tell you I get rid of scars quick, I should never have one blemish on my body. You can't tell. Look, I had carpal tunnel surgery. Nothing. I don't have no lines. 0. What's wrong, Molly? I'm doing a show right now. Do you understand? Do you mind if I do Censored Shaman Stories? Or you want juice? Go drink your water. You're not getting any more coconut water. Go drink your water now. If you want coconut water. You want me to give you a treat? Is that what you want, a treat? Come on, let's go get a treat. You don't want a treat. You want a treat? Come on, let's get a treat then. Let me go get this dog a treat. I know she don't want one. She just want to bully me around. This is what everybody does. They see me and they work me to death. But you know what? I don't mind if it's her. It's so much easier with her than all these other motherfuckers, aliens and shit, that worked me right out of the coma. You know, I was cooking every single night like that. Every night, even out the coma. I was like, I had a tube. I came home with IVs. This whole refrigerator was filled up with bags of IVs and a nurse for 1 month. So they said your sepsis was the worst case we ever saw. I don't know how the fuck you were alive. They're calling me Miracle Girl. How the fuck? You don't know who I am. And guess what I do? Go to Paris, darling. Paris. I was just like, you know, I'm dying. I don't give a fuck. I've been almost dying all the time, I guess. When people, I don't think about it. The fact remains I'm alive. I'm glad to be alive. So at this point, yes, I'll get on a plane because I have to go to the Louvre. And I have to do some artwork because this place is looking crazy, man. You designing this shit with child porn interior design? The fuck? You got all these routers and boxes? I do not remember when I had a computer in. And he goes, no, but my father worked for IBM. Look, when you go to the Censored Shaman Stories and you hear how he killed his friend, he's talking about computers. And he's saying how he mounted it when he pulls his dick out and says, I feel a little horny. He's at work saying, I feel a little horny. So I think I'm going to take my dick out and start jerking off. And stands up with his dick out, and his damn boss walks in the room with a security guard to fire him for something else he did. And they said it was a gross misconduct. That's not gross misconduct, your dick. Not hanging up on your boss. Okay? That's not gross misconduct. That's insubordination. I know, I work in the corporate world, honey. Gross misconduct is standing with your dick out, and he says it. Because he's got to sneak it in. Like I said, I found the email where he tells everybody he's been poisoned and he wants everybody written up. And then he has, this is just the most unbelievable story, but the person that he killed is Eddie. His name is Eddie. The one Jazzy got the felonies with, his name is Eddie. I was just thinking about that today. Like, all this stuff is always intertwined. It crosses over in some kind of way. Like, when I met him, he just came out of a coma for 16 days. Because he broke the right ankle, like my ankle broke 2 years ago, 19. He broke his ankle in 2 places, falling down a 50-foot hole. I went to go buy a $5 sandwich at a store I've been a million times. After going to that dirty old Kingdom on with him and Murder Maggie, he convinced me to go. I told him I don't want to fuck with her, man. Every time I see her, she goes, oh, you got that Louis? I want a Louis. You keep buying her shit for what? I don't even have a job yet. And where you getting this money from? So I go there to the store and boom, I fall down. You should see the tape. I fucking break my leg in 4 places and the bone is sticking out of my ankle. Tear both shoulders. I got this big old lump. We just came back from Italy and the 2 months prior to that. At the end of 19, right before COVID hit, we came back from Italy, from the Vatican, and we had a fight. He brought a sister with AIDS there. We're fighting me and he knows I hate her. It was unbelievable, but the Vatican really hit me. So, like I said, I've been through so much trauma that I'm able to still learn, even though there's trauma going on. When you have trauma your whole life, that's like ignoring good things that are around you because you have trauma. Big deal. Big fucking deal. Like I did this place with all my body. I don't care. I just keep going. So even though I'm there, I know why I'm there. I'm there because I'm a chef and I want to see all their food. And then they had me cooking dinner while I was there. Because I'm a chef. And that's a good thing because now I have when you're a chef, you need to be in Europe, honey. And I was all through Europe. And that's good because I went shopping there and I found out so many great things about food. The last step I needed as a French amazing cuisine luxury chef. I just call it a luxury chef. Come here, baby. Come here, Jamali. You come here, shit. I'm not going to make it too long because what are we at? 50 minutes. I'm going to make it an hour. 10 more minutes. I'll talk to my baby. Want me to rub her belly. See? She want me to rub her. When Molly came, it changed my whole life. She gave me back my life. When I had my daughter, this is what it was like. I was going to the Paradise Garage and I was buying her nice clothes and I was taking her out and dressing her up and everybody would stop me and take pictures of her and say, she's so cute, where do you get her clothes? I would do it. She was wearing 2 big Gucci chains, gold chains, 2 bracelets, 2 earrings. I got my earrings. Look, she was 2 years old on her birthday. Living in a group home in Staten Island. I said, Jazzy, no more diaper, no more bottles, no more stroller. Today's your birthday and you're walking. And I didn't train her on the potty train. I trained her on the toilet. Because I'm going to eliminate that. I think that's dumb. When you're going to train your kids, train them on the toilet. Where you going to train them from? Then you got to train them from the potty to the toilet. Guess what? I took that diaper off and that's the day Jazzy. She was amazing, man. She started walking at 7 months. I was such an attentive mother, like I am with Molly and everybody else. I was an amazing mother to her. I loved her so much. I was doing her laundry at 27 years old. So she was 27 years old. I did so much to make sure she went to private school and had like the most happy life, but she just couldn't be happy. She was trying to be me and mimicking me, bringing me down to everybody else and lying about me and my health, my mental health, and then around the corner trying to steal everything I have. Not trying. I mean, when I'm in a wheelchair, she said, you can't walk, I'm taking it, and just took it. And that, when she saw my brain and me that high, we were taking them out to dinner and they're sitting there laughing at me. Him, he's acting like he ain't saying shit. He likes to do that, start shit and then leave me sitting there like, what? Murder Maggie and Jazzy 9 years ago. We took them to this fly restaurant on 57th Street. And his son was there. And next thing you know, I'm nodding like this. I'm so fucking drugged up, yo. I was on 400 milligrams of morphine and oxycodone and Ambien and diazepam and morphine and psych drugs. And then he put something in my drink. And Jazzy was laughing at me and I felt so fucked up and angry that I just came home and I said, I'll never take them out again. Never. And why didn't you say anything? And I told him to get the fuck out. You know what my friend said when I told him what he did? Oh, girl, you'll get over that. Especially dirty old passion. I had all my cash in my hand at one point and his clothes packed out the door. And she said, Becca, go back downstairs and get that man. Because I hooked her up with her fucking man, Mike. When we were at the club, they both came to see me. And I told them to leave me alone because when I go out, I don't like being bothered. I like to work and dance. I'm not going to sit there and babysit you motherfuckers. All right? So I told them just to dance. But Mike tried to kick it with me. And I told her he's a crackhead. Well, I didn't get a chance to tell her. Look, darling, if I don't tell you to fuck him, then you shouldn't do it. Okay? It's that simple. Guess what? He's 75 on welfare. And he's a crackhead still right now. Smoking crack and don't pay no bills. I told her, that ain't going to be a dinosaur in a minute. You're going to be stuck with him. He ain't going to be able to leave. She's the one that told me to keep him. And she called me. Told her, leave me the fuck alone, yo. You got my son killed and me killed, and you ain't even visit me. None of those surgeries or call me. Stop acting like you're my friend. That's not what a friend does. When somebody is sick, you know who came to see me? Beautiful Venetria. She came to see me right out the coma, and she came to see me when this happened. She came here and stayed here on New Year's for like 3 days. That's a friend. She was the only one that did that. Went to the store with me. We saw the bike outside on the floor where he tore it up, took the wires out, stabbed it up, left it on the floor in the snow, and we had this big giant chain. It took me 2 months to get that chain off. Somebody had to keep sawing at it. It was a truck chain. And it left me in a position where I had to walk with my dog with the broken body and her sick to take her to the hospital and then pay a $4,000 bill for her breaking her back. She was on the same medication I was on. She was on Gap and Patton. Except I don't take that shit. But she had to take it. And then he taped me having sex. and took the video because he said if I tell him, my chickens will be next. I don't give a fuck. Take my chickens, nigga. I done had fires, shootouts. Do it. Kids are at risk. So basically, I'm getting very sleepy because I actually did my drink drop. You know, my beautiful food leather, my wheat leather. It's so delicious. Let me show you. It came out really good. And it's 7 strain. Well, I backed it off. What is it? I think it's 6 strain. 6. And I thought it was, I have weed all the time, but I thought it was indica. And this must be sativa because it didn't make me go to sleep. It made me up. So I ain't sleep yet. I'm going to go to sleep now. Check it out. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? It's fruit leather. You just put it right under your tongue. I have to cut it up in nice slices. But let me show you. Look. This is it's blueberries. You saw my wild berries. You can go look at the videos. You know, blueberries, raspberries. It's 18 berries plus ginger and blood oranges and like I said, I always have a good reaction with the body. And then the weed is processed in it like leather. You can drop it in your tea or you can just put it on your tongue and eat it. It's delicious and it makes you feel amazing. So nice to have all my machines I need to process all my products. And he had a big dishwasher. I had to buy him a dishwasher because he couldn't wash 2 dishes. He was wild. He was trying to be fly because he knew, I think he saw one of my family. I didn't even have my family pictures. I ain't seen them until recently. I have pictures of his family up. No pictures of my family. It's like I didn't even have one. And Jazzy came in here looking at that shit. On the wall, a picture of a wedding. I'm not married to him. They were trying to make me believe I'm married. And even if I am, so what? He got to go. That motherfucker got to go. I don't fuck with niggas that jerk off all day. Because now that I got my rhyme right, I never had one like that. Because even the freaks I know that do fucked up shit, they still like pussy. Tell me, gay men I know that want to fuck me? Are you crazy? They don't care. That's why you tell me that but me that gay men don't put their dick in a glory hole and don't enjoy a blowjob. Guess what? He doesn't like it. He goes to sleep. He'll be on there for 2 hours. Then he's going to sleep. Okay? Nothing. Because he likes kids and kids don't suck dick. What I made? I made some bone marrow, portobello mushroom, crab and corn fritters. And they are amazing. Want some, Molly? I don't think you're going to eat it. Nice and light and fluffy and delicious. I'm so glad I was in Europe and I did the traveling and I put in all the work. You want to become successful, then put the work in. That's all you got to do is put the work in. Nothing comes about you being on your ass doing nothing, even if you are sick. What is sick? Sick is up here. You get some herbs, you come see me. Like I said, you got to spend some money to come and see me. I don't do shit free no more. That's what I was doing. Everything free. Did it. I'm not even working. It is not working. Where's the fucking money coming from? My pockets? Well, we go to court Friday. Like I said, this nigga's a pedophile. He's working at the Board of Education at a job I got him. And I have the email where he tells me it's perfectly legal to have 2 social security numbers. And I'm watching you. And all kinds of other crazy shit. I got to make it without him. After he leaves me with $6,000 of fake-ass money and steals the rest of the investment that my daughter had, and I had him pick it up so I don't go kill her. And he tells me she got beat up. She don't have her job. She got fired. She's homeless. I have the emails, and it was all a setup. They started laughing at me, saying, that ain't funny. And he took the rest of that money. He was supposed to give it to me months ago. I shouldn't have had it at all. They told me I can't have it. I can't have my own money. Well, you know what? Like I told y'all, I'm glad it happened because I learned so many beautiful lessons going into the next phase of my life, which is a financially peaceful, abundantly happy phase. Financially abundance, but peacefully abundance. I'm calling everybody's cards out, man. You'll hear about the drug dealer stories and how Murder Maggie did what she did, but I got to focus on Scooter. Because this motherfucker lives at 2510 Bergen Street, apartment 4A. He's not violent, but he's sneaky. And he always has a knife on him. In the book, he stabs his friend. There you go. That's why he said, I don't have any friends because you killed them all. Fuck, you want to have a friend, you keep killing them. Stabs this guy in the lung, the left lung. And you know he collapsed my lung when my gallbladder with the stitches were coming out. I'm going to the hospital all over again. And I get in the cab and my lungs collapse in the cab. That doesn't happen unless you're drinking bleach. Go look it up. Look, like I said, he's a madman. There's nothing for him to be scared of, but we go to court on Friday. So I'm making these announcements because I know he's watching me and I want him to know I got eyes on you. You fucking rape a kid or snatch up a kid. Like I said, I got the KKK, the Bloods, the Crips. The FBI, everybody got eyes on you, Scooter, and now the world has eyes on you because that's what I do as a shaman. I protect children. You and Jazzy and Margaret are disgusting for telling me to be quiet. Okay, and you, Umar, I'm calling all your other. Tanya told me to be quiet. Don't say nothing, right? The white kids, shut up about it. Even the police told me to throw it out. These babies are missing, and I'm gonna make sure. I know I can't get them all home, but what I turned in this black market, and the day I did it, it was, 20 million movies on his Nas box that I turned in, and that day they took off 30 million children and left 3 million up. So that means it's 3 million children, double it up because those are boys and girls, all right? 3, 5, whatever. Those are kids that are missing in the whole world. They're not from America, they're from the whole world. This is the international underground web. Okay? He told me about it when I met him. He was stealing movies. How do you do that? I go rent videos down the block. I've been going to the video guy since he knows my brother. Tino. I don't deal with people that steal movies and steal anything. I don't like people steal from me, and I don't like dealing with thieves. Because there's no honor with a thief. And I don't fuck with no crackheads, man. Like I said, this nigga was selling his blood to have a drink. The kind of mind he has is a polluted mind. And he's at his end. And he knows. He knows he's going to die soon. And he doesn't want to die. I mean, he wants to die because his brain is in pain from all the damage he's left. He killed his own child. Figuratively. That's very effective. You know, when you tell a kid they hack your computer, you can't see him, and he already has 4 overdoses, and they put him in a fucking mental institution and drugged him up and threw him right out. That's why it happened 4 times back to back. That's not what it should have happened. And I told him I don't want him on those drugs, but then I gotta fight my mother, all these people, and I'm sick coming out of all these drugs. I was getting off those drugs to save that boy. By 2020, I'm off the drugs. I'm probably on like 4 because I still don't have control over my back pain. And I don't know why I'm having so much pain. Where the fuck I got this lump of scoliosis on my back? And where the fuck all this injury? My teeth, look, all getting crooked. Now they're straight. I rubbed my man and got, like 5 years ago, they were all crooked. My dentist was like, how the fuck that happened? You need dentures. Why? Who gets dentures in their 50s? Teeth don't get crooked. It was the poison. Look, I got 2 cups here. I have my tea and my coconut water. I drink all day. But he was using it in a water bottle. Plus, I didn't really have taste buds because I was on too much medication. But good things I don't chug-a-lug anything. You see, I just take a sip here and sip there. Look, I have the evidence. It's just that those records are very painful to look at because I didn't know. I don't remember that all that stuff happened. I went and saw that I had a blood clot in my lung and I had pneumonia and they had me in isolation like 7 years ago. As soon as he got that life insurance policy, I started getting sick. But not a sickness. You know, what's sickness, right? Stomach cramps. They're putting tubes in my stomach, doing MRIs. I had like 50 MRIs. And you know what they're saying? There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have anything. Because when you poison somebody, you got to look for a specific thing. And he's going around behind my back and telling the doctors that I just go crazy and do all kinds of crazy stuff, that I'm a psychopath. He told me that. He said, you know, Rebecca, you're bipolar 1 and I'm bipolar 2. Is that what they're treating me for? What the fuck is that? He said, well, yours is much worse than mine. You know, you're crazier than me. That's when he was standing over my body when I'm sitting there bleeding and coughing up blood telling me. And I'd just be like, really, Scooter? All right. Look, when you have 57 surgeries, trust me, you've been high before. I've been on anesthesia probably. Because I remember I had a lot of dental work too. Margaret didn't take her kids to the dentist. Everybody had pretty teeth, but I had a lot of candy. I had a lot of fillings, and after a while, I'd take them out. So I had a lot of dental surgery since I was 14. And when I was a Scooter, my teeth were falling out, so they had to do 3 apicals here. That was like $10,000, okay? Because the poison was in my gum, and they didn't want to take out the teeth. It was just sitting there. They have to do something called the apical, where they scrape it out your gum and sew it up, and then they got to sprinkle bone powder. You know how much bone powder costs? Like $5,000. Right, Molly? Hey, I don't know the prices of things. I can't even really negotiate because this is like an emergency situation, and I just didn't put 2 and 2 together until he said it to me. You won't die. You're a witch doctor. Chased me with a hatchet and tried to hit me right here in my head, and I didn't move. Do it. I said, come and get some. Do it. I dare you. It's going to be bloody. How you going to clean up this fucking mess afterwards? He tried, and it wouldn't hit me. But that's just like the cars that try to hit me. I've had cars fly over my bike and not hit me. Fly over it. Like, people have seen it. I am a miracle girl, for sure. I'm an inspiration to the world, but I'm gonna save these kids. I can make mountains move. You have no idea. Okay? And I'm gonna make something happen. But Friday is the day we face the court. I wish I had support, but I don't. I got support. They're up there. My spirits come with me everywhere I go. I wear my chakra beads, my big diamonds. It's all good. I just don't trust to walk down the street, and I can't bring away. I gotta leave my weapon in the car. I mean, my bike. I can't go to court with a weapon. He'll do that shit. I swear to God. But I got one of his necklaces like this, and it's a knife. You pull it out, it's actually a fucking sword. He's designing my home with knives. You can't do that. You got a sight problem, dude. Scooter has a lot of problems that can't be resolved. Like my daughter, they're both insane. They're greedy too, but they're insane. The fact remains, if I wasn't alive, they would never have my power. Never. It's a gift that God gives me. Everywhere I walk, the door's open. And everybody knows it. They say, look, I took Fat Margaret and Jazzy to Cats. Bought them a bunch of sandwiches. You know Cats, right? Sandwiches like $30 fucking. The bill was like $160. Margaret got your french fries, cherry soda, all that shit. That's what they do to me all the time, man. All right? And guess what? The guy comes over behind the counter. He says, you know what? You're so beautiful. I'm just going to give you all this shit free. I said, okay, thank you, sweetheart. Dominican guy. It happens to me. And Chuck saw it. He saw how magical my life was. You know what? I'm a really good person. So that's what I'm telling you. When you're nice to people, it definitely comes back. God looks at you and says, yeah, you're my soldier. I'm going to look out for you. You'll see. I got a surprise for you. That's what he told me. That's what God said to me. Because I sacrificed my life for my son. It ain't a coincidence that boy died in July and he was out of here by November. I mean, he was only here because Charles was registered here for for visits. So even I told him, I don't give a fuck. Charles can still come over. Your relationship with me has nothing to do with him because you don't pay attention to him. I have to cook for him. I have to be a parent to him. They don't parent him at all. And I begged him, look, this is the worst part of the story. My family is the biggest drug dealers, right? Why would you bring them down here? Why would you bring your son down here? You know what the mother did? Got a lawyer to get that boy in school right behind my building, the school I went to. It's a very math science school. It's a hard-ass school, man. You got to be have a grade point average of 4. Perfect. And when he got in there, what does the mother let him do? And the dad let him get a girlfriend on Avenue Dirty O.D. You see what I did with my daughter, right? I did a lot of shit to make sure she could never, ever be in this neighborhood. I didn't let her go outside and play. Never in her life has she been outside to play in this neighborhood. Yeah, you ain't playing in the dirt where these motherfucking crackheads and dope fiends. You don't care how nice this shit look. You go up the block to Grand Street where all the Jews are, where all the nice schools are, and that's what my parents did with me. I couldn't go to school down here. I went to 56 and to Corlears. And I didn't stay there that long. I was there for like 3 months because I had so much beef. It's just too many attacks on my life for no reason at all. There's a reason. You're jealous. But why do you have to attack me when I'm down? When I had Jazzy, do you know what? I came back home. I just got here. I was here a week, and Margaret was on vacation somewhere, and my dad was home. And 7 girls tried to jump me, yo. With the baby. Jazzy was only 11 days old. And I got ripped when I had her 3 stitches. 7 girls tried to beat me up with my best friend, Gigi. And she had Jazzy in the store. I said, take the store. I ain't going nowhere. Let's roll. And I just snatched 2 of them up. I said, can I go home and bring my baby upstairs? My brother's up there. I'll bring my brother. They thought all my brothers were in jail. They were, but John was out. They didn't know that. And they didn't know I had 3 other sisters. They don't know about my sisters. Nobody knows. They don't know about my brothers. And I went and I fucking, she told me, you can't go nowhere. Word? All right. Let's roll. Like I tell you, I'm used to this shit. I was 16. And I remember I snatched up and blanked out and beat her ass down to the ground till she was unconscious, and the 5 of them ran. And I went, and you know what one of the girls did? While Jazzy is in the stroller, she goes and punches her in the face and tries to tip the stroller. And kill my fucking baby. So you know what happened? My brother, I went upstairs, my niece Ice in the hole, the one that's, that had to do with my daughter's kidnapping, the one that's Stacey Dollars, the prostitute bitch that's sucking a dick in a glory hole. She was like 11 when that happened, and she watched Jazzy, and John said, let's go. And we went to the next building, got my sister Lori, and we went to the next building, got Rosie. And Rosie kept saying she hit my niece. I said, no, she didn't hit her like when she came close. No, fuck that. She hit my niece. And we went across the street to where the girl was at Selena. And know what's funny? Selena's aunt is Beverly's aunt, the one that my brothers fucked. Michael and John live with her. That's her aunt. My family, my mother's been down here since 19, my mother's almost 100, yo. She moved down here when she was 24, 75 years. All right? So I'm the queen of New York. You better believe it. All right? So the girl comes downstairs with her fucking mother. I mean, don't get in this business, bitch. I had Missy. I wanted her ass. I snatched her up. I had her on the ground for like 20 minutes. And then Selena comes downstairs with her mother. Her mother said, y'all better cut that out. What? Go get her, Lori. Lori had a bat. You know this girl left her mother outside and ran in the building and shut the door? And Lori beat that mother's bitch with a bat. And I went after her too, but I was too busy on the floor with this bitch. I won. And she beat her mother up with a bat. I went and got in her too. We fucked her up. Mind your business, bitch. All right? You want to get in our business, we going to do it. And then Rosie says, oh, because this is the girl that just died, the male lady. They bought her because she was like not a lesbian, but she used to dress like one. But she wasn't a lesbian, but she used to do that, I guess, to act tough. And she wasn't in it. She wasn't part of them, but they went and got her to get involved in it, right? So she was on a car, and I'm on the floor with Missy. I'm beating her ass. She wasn't even conscious anymore. That's what I said when you beat somebody's ass after a while. They just say, you know what she was saying to me? With blood pouring out of her mouth, I was scraping her face all in the ground, beating her head into the cement. She's going like this, look, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, bitch. She was not even really conscious. Hey, she went to the hospital and got good drugs for 2 weeks. Look, after that, fucking the girl Tessie says to Rosie, said, Becky, does she have something to do with it? While I'm on the floor, I look over and say, yeah, get it. And she said, what if I do? My sister took her head and threw it into the car window. You want to fuck with Rosie, she a devil. My siblings are devils. I'm not kidding you. They have human strength. I didn't pass through that bitch Margaret's canal. They all did, and they breastfed. I did not, because she was too fat and old and diseased to do it. And they pulled me out of her stomach early, 1 month early on Easter, and I was 8 pounds. Nice, healthy baby. You know what she said? The doctor said, you have a big ass, that you're shaped like a unicorn. But not like, the doctor said you got a nice big booty. Like that. The doctor said you have a big ass, and you have a big booty when you were born. You're shaped like a unicorn. You jealous when I'm born and has my brothers put this big dent in my head? That's evil, man. So, at the end of the day, she gonna die. She's dead already. She's 97. Daddy told me she ain't gonna die. I'm gonna die first. She told me I'm gonna die first, and they're getting their BMW and their house done over, and Chuck is buying them this. The whole time I've been with him, he's been buying her stuff. I want them to pull his records, and they'll see all the shit he's been buying her. When we go travel, we gotta get her perfume and Hennessy. That bitch is a drunk. Why the fuck you got all that liquor at your age and it's gone? You know I cook with it. No, you don't. You drink with it. You're a drunk. Okay? A drunken Jehovah's Witness killer, murderer. And you know what's funny? The whole neighborhood already knows. And I've been letting it out. And you know what they said? Oh, yeah, we knew she killed your dad. We knew she did. You should see that. You know what she did the next day when he was dead? She fucking got rid of all his clothes. They were married since she was 17. And she got rid of all his shit and had just given me my brother's stuff. After 2 weeks, he's dead. April 10th, and my father's dead on April 26th. 2 weeks later? And she doesn't call the ambulance, she calls me. Now, all these siblings, you gonna call me, right? Say, Becky, and that's all she said. I already knew. I said, oh my God, my father's dead. I was just with him all every day. I'm smoking weed, but I saw his sadness. He was crying. He couldn't believe my brother was dead. That's his best friend. Him and Arthur were like, Arthur loved my father. Oh my God, we love my dad so much, you have no idea. That's why it's funny. They said I was spoiled. Pretty funny, I was spoiled, but when I had a baby, I was in a foster home, right? And I came home with a hospital gown and Jazzy, at 3 days old, with this bitch that hated me in a foster home. And when I got home, my parents took me up like 5 days later, right? But I left out of there 5 months, and I've been on my own ever since. All right? And he didn't buy me anything. Nobody did. None of my siblings ever bought my daughter nothing. You know what zero is? I did all that work alone with surgeries, went to school with all those murders, and my daughter has never tried to make life easier for me while my siblings are dying. She don't even acknowledge it. She don't even talk about her grandfather at all. She remembers him too, man. He died when she was 4. Almost 4. Okay? And she just act like he don't exist at all. All right? And I'm glad, because he told me he's going to get her. He was watching all along what was happening, and he is pissed off. Pissed off, right? Spirit world is a lot stronger than the human form. Humans are tainted with sin, with the 7 deadly sins, indulging the disgusting 10 commandments. Must I show you? Yes, I must. See, first you start off with God, right? First you start off with that, and then this. You must pray for strength. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. You can still fuck. Just don't fuck nobody's husband. That fornication shit don't mean that. That's ridiculous. You have the license. That's part of the world. You can fuck. Just don't fuck nobody's husband. Okay? All right? Look at that. Thou shalt not. Wait. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. See, I told you my gods are my homeboy. It's about God right here and Jesus, and Buddha is my homeboy. My Hawaiian gods are my friends. They're my spirit guides. But God is my boss. Jehovah God. That's his name. I am not a dirty Jehovah Witness calling God by the name I call him, which is Jehovah God and his son Jesus Christ. Okay? And thou shalt not take the name of the Lord of God in vain. And Chuck does that and Margaret does that. Anytime you pray to God and say you holy and you're not, you do murders, he gonna get you, man. Okay? Remember the Sabbath day to keep holy. That's why I don't work on Sundays. Honor your father and mother. Honor. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not fucking steal. Wait, I got another Grim Reaper here. Somebody's getting ready to buy this one. I gotta put this one up. Here's another beautiful one. Let me show you. It's beautiful. You should have these commandments so you know them. Do you know them? And I can make them look really beautiful. There you go. Look at that. Isn't this nice daylight? Get some good sunlight. Isn't that amazing? Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So the neighbor, what she did to me, I looked out and she said she's going to kick my ass. Of course she wrote it down. It's amazing how people write this shit down. I'm going to knock your ass out, bitch. Thou shalt not remember the Sabbath, right? And thou shalt not covet. That's what they were doing with me. Asking me about all my assets. He kept saying, you know, when you die, is your family going to come here and take everything? I was planning my own murder for at least 6 years. At least 6 years. From at least till 13. As soon as we came back from vacation, that fake-ass wedding, he got the policy, and then I'm getting sick, and by 14, I'm really sick. They were here every other day. I was in the hospital. 14, 15, 16, I'm dead. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 18, he kind of chills out with the poison. No, 18 still, 19. That's when it stops. I stopped getting so sick because I break my leg. And now, guess what? Out of all those accidents I had my whole life, I've never sued anybody. How? How can I sue it? I'm never sick. How can I sue? I'll keep you crashing to me. You got to have a broken leg. You have something. You know, you're out for a long time. I never sued the cab driver because cab companies, I just didn't do it. I don't have time like that. But now I do because now I have so many injuries that I had no other choice. I never broke a bone in my life. I had a cast a couple times because when I was at my first job, the corporate job I had, I cut my fucking Achilles tendon. You know what that means? You're going to lose your whole leg, and it was hanging by a centimeter, a half of a centimeter. And I had a cast for 4 months. No, I had a cast for 2 months in the group home, right? And then with the day I get it off, being a Jewish girl, Robin, go get some weed, and I get cut in the face by 4 niggas, and I beat the nigga down, and he passes out. And guess what? I saw the blood. I felt the blade against... Yo, gangbangers don't do that. They don't not open the blade and put it against your face. He sliced me like this. What? I was like, look at the blood. Are you crazy? You gonna fucking cut me? And I knocked that nigga. He said, shut up, bitch. And I knocked him out, and he passed out right in front of me. And I jumped over him. I said, Robin, let's go. And she froze like that. Look. And the other 3, too, frozen like that. Like Chuck does. Freeze. I don't freeze. And I ran and cut my fucking tendon open again, and they had to put a cast on my leg that day for 2 more months, and I had a fight with the bitch in the group home, big old Betty. Because I told her, look, I'm here with my daughter. You can't just take the TV over. I have my own TV, but they took it out. My room said, you can't have a TV. You got too much nice shit. And the girls are jealous. All right, I put it away from my apartment. I got it from Crazy Eddie. That's how long ago it was. So it really is a good therapy for me to put this out there because I don't know what to do. I told the police, I said they had, like I said, he already has a charge. Going to court, I'll have all my guys with me, and they strong. And Tucker's a pussy, yo. So I know what I'm going to do. I ain't going to say it on the phone. It's already planned out. It's just the tension of telling this fucking story. Like, this should be in a criminal court case with, lawyers and stuff. But I'm doing a pro se case acting as my own. I have no other choice. They're not putting cases through. The good thing about criminal court, Jazzy's getting arrested too. If they have the charge, they have to pick him up. They can't let them leave like that. They're not crazy. A judge will say, oh, he got a book, he murdered you, you got evidence, and he has the charges. So that will make her call the district attorney, and everything will move real quick after that. They ain't gonna let him walk out of there. He knows it. He knows. I don't even know if he'll come. If he doesn't come, I'm going and I'm gonna tell her the story. And that'll be that. So, I want you guys to have a beautiful day. You see what I've been through. So you know what that means? You ain't got no excuse, yo. You feeling bad? Do something about it. You got my number, Thrill Spa, 347-742-1010. You got a sickness, an illness in your body, head, skin, anything. I got you. You gotta have some paper, all right? I'm out. Rebecca, the Fabulous, and my beautiful business partner. Oh, she getting some sleep. You getting some sleep? You look sleepy, Molly. I'm gonna get some sleep, and then I gotta wake up and take care of some business. All right? You have a beautiful day. Bye-bye. Check out the tattoos, right? My warrior mom. Isn't that amazing? Bye.